Alright, take two. Let's see how this works. Make sure Twitch is actually loading correctly. Come on, Twitch, you can do it. You can do it, Twitch. Yay, there you go. Alright. Oh, goodness. Oh, I have such a tale to tell you guys. Which I really don't even feel like telling you guys right now. Okay. Actually, first thing I probably need to tell you guys is what happened last time. If you remember the last time that I attempted to stream something, and actually, let me tab over the Discord just in case. I put myself in the voice channel here just in case anyone wants to pop in. Hint, hint. No, there is no hint, hint. Probably no one will show up. But last time, what happened was I was, during the last Two Best Friends stream, I was attempting to rectify my very low audio. And to that end, I, updated my drivers. And after updating my drivers, I discovered that the next time I tried the stream, which is whenever Frosty, or Ryan, decided that he would, accidentally, or not accidentally, he would just start streaming out of the blue. Whenever we were all talking, I didn't have time to set up anything. I discovered, to my chagrin, that my OBS mic no longer worked. So I could not actually stream, but it was working in Discord. So I ended up having to hastily download OBS Studio, and it allowed me to use the mic. But apparently, it has the same problem that OBS did, it just doesn't tell you about it. So as a result, that's where the robot noises started coming from. You're wondering, how come Plague sounds like a robot? Well, it's because of that. So I started trying to use XSplit, and XSplit did work, but the video was very janky because XSplit apparently is a steaming pile of horseshit. And, I've had audio problems ever since, because OBS just is determined to not work. So I am actually using OBS right now, but I rectified my issue by actually downloading a program to create a virtual audio cable, and I'm just repeating my Ozio driver brand mic input, which is actually superior to Windows Media input, or whatever you want to call it. But OBS doesn't like it. I'm repeating that onto another fake phantom line that does not exist. And that's what OBS is actually playing. So I'm actually having to trick OBS into using my own mic. And I just got through eating too, so I feel kind of weird right now. So this is mainly a test stream just to see if everything works correctly. I may not even have this issue on the new PC, but I won't be getting that for a while, so I wanted to make sure that I sorted it out now. So, if it seems like my audio is off slightly, like for example, I am, like I attacked the skeleton, I'm going to backstab him right now. If that came a little bit later than it should have, it's because there's a minor, like, latency issue with the virtual audio cable. Like, it adds a little bit of latency to it. So, if it seems a little bit off, that's the reason why. Oh, goodness. And I've been doing that all day long today. It's just been such a pain in the ass. Because I still don't know why it's doing it. I don't know why OBS worked in the first place, but no longer does. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. Another thing is that the trial version of this thing that I'm using, the virtual audio cable, has this irritating test. This is a test. Test. It has that stupid shit on it all the time. So I ended up having to, quote-unquote, resolve that issue using the help of a friendly phantom. And it was very friendly. So hopefully now everything should seem relatively okay. even though it probably isn't okay at all. In the meantime, it's interesting how much, like, the Slumbering Dragon Crest Ring is so much more useful than I think than the Fog Ring. Because in situations like this, you can just stand behind enemies and they're not going to notice anything. Nope, nothing out of the ordinary here. Nothing out of the ordinary at all. My original idea with this build was actually to use Hidden Body and Hush at the same time. But I discovered that those do not stack. I completely forgot about that. So I have to use one of the rings. I have to either use the Fog Ring or I have to use the Slumbering Dragon Crest Ring. I opted to use the Slumbering Dragon Crest Ring. Because I think Hush actually does not have that many casts. Let me check. That's probably Nick. Yeah, it's Nick. Okay. You like the typing noises? I like the typing noises. I got a keyboard specifically so that it makes typey noises. There we go. Alright, that's done. Need to move you so I can actually see OBS output, though. There we go. Alright, everything's lined up. Oh, so my setup should be more or less okay now. It has definitely worn me out, though. So I'm not going to be streaming too much tonight. And I'm still a little bit hoarse from doing the animation and doing the animation and the stream setup and doing everyone else's streams over the past week. I've been in so many other people's streams lately. I think I've been on Dropouts a couple times. I've been on Nick's a couple times. I had to deal with the Best Friends stream the other night. It's been kind of a mess. But that's okay, because that hopefully is all behind us now. It's not behind us now. It's terrible. Alright. But to get to the slim matter at hand, since this is mainly a test stream, I'm not going to do too much. But I did, in the meantime, finalize this build. I now have all the skills that I need. I have not leveled up all the way, of course. I've got all the Chaos upgrade weapons that I've been out for, like the S-Stock, Broadsword, Longsword, and some other shit. So my little utility build, which uses 4 spell slots, but none of them are damage related, is finally complete. I wish I could use them more, though. But it's fine for the now, for the time being. Oh, goodness. And the title, this one is not Furries. That's the old stream title. I updated it already, and we'll be fine for the time being. Oh, if I sound drunk, it's because of all the tired juices that I have right now. So many tired juices. Why'd you turn around? You can hear me. Little cheater. Ooh, look at you. He cheats twice. Oh, he cheats 3 times. Can he cheat a 4th time? No, he can't. Such is the fate of all cheaters. Alright. I think what I left off with is I need to do Sen's Fortress. Kind of a big deal. And if you're wondering how come I'm not making any noise, it's because there's no noise on footsteps with this build. Dark Souls 3 is pretty linear, which is very disappointing, but it could be worse. It's kind of weird. Dark Souls 3 is turning out to be sort of... I think they're trying to lay it out more like Demon Souls, because Demons was very, very linear. And I guess technically you could go to any number of worlds at first in Demons, and they might do that in 3. We haven't really seen enough yet. And I'm sure many areas were already locked out, so it kind of remains to be seen. What the fuck? Oh yeah, I am human, aren't I? But for the time being, it looks like... Did you see that fucking airtime? That was ridiculous. Ah. Dick faces. God, I hate these fucking things. Alright. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be kind of linear. Disappointing, but, you know. I was about to say it could be worse, but I guess that's as bad as it can get. Like, if it's linear, it's linear. It's not going to get any better than that. If I remember correctly, I've already cleared out this area. I just need to beat the boss. Amazing. Oh, I'm too tired to welcome anyone right now. Just gonna relax and kill a few snake men. Just relax and murder a few hapless snake men. These snake men have no haps to give. They are completely hapless. It could be linear early, which to me, that's still a bad thing. Like in Dark Souls 1, I've been over this before, but in Dark Souls 1, and I probably should have said this at Firelink. There we go. Always have to concentrate with that dude. But in Dark Souls 1, you start at Firelink, and from that point on, you can go down into, is it? Oh, I haven't. Oh, no, wait, it closes back up. I forgot about that. But you start in Firelink, and you can go down into, the catacombs, and then after the catacombs, you can go into Tomb. That could be the first thing you do. You can go the normal way up into the Undead Burg. And then once you are... Get over here. Make noise for our friend here. Come on, get over here. I know you can hear me. Oh, yeah, you can't hear me. Forgot about that. Sorry, but you go into Undead Burg. At which point you can, let's see. You can go through Havel, open the door there, and once you're with Havel, you can take the back route into the parish, or you can veer off from that and go into Darkroot Garden, and even fight Sif very early on, or the Moonlight Butterfly. You could also go straight into the Taurus Demon. There we go. Or you could ignore the Undead Burg entirely, and instead go to, let's see, you can go down into New Londo and do New Londo first. And you could even kill Ingrid and take care of New Londo in its entirety first. Or you could go past New Londo and go into Blighttown. Or you could go down into the valley and then go through the valley up into the parish that way. And even once you're in Blighttown, you could actually finish off Blighttown. And once you finish off Blighttown, then you can go ahead into Lost Izalith. So there's a lot, like even at the beginning of the game, there are shit tons of places that you can go. It's ridiculous. Whereas with like demons, for example, you are locked into doing the first level first. Or with Bloodborne, you are locked into doing Yharnam first. Or what it seems like with Dark Souls 3, you're also locked into doing that first area first. So that's very disappointing. Dark Souls 1, you could go all sorts of places. It's absolutely nuts, the amount of things that you could do. No. You naughty snake. I think these are lady snakes. I don't know why, just... For some reason, I think these are lady snakes. Because I'm going to draw them as lady snakes later, I bet. That's probably something I'll do. Yeah, 3, it being linear, kind of shitty. Disappointing that, but what can be done? What can be done? There we go. And yeah, there's gonna be returning characters, even if it doesn't make sense that they're returning. And if they are returning, actually, now that I think about it, I think that... Let's see, I'm trying to think of any characters that weren't returning character. No, there were a few. Well, sort of. Dark Souls 3 really is more of a fan game than it is anything else. And I don't mean that in a really derogatory way. But 3, it kind of feels like, to me... Like, Miyazaki made... Like, he finished off Demons anyways. Demons was something that began without him. And then he sort of helped polish it off because they said, here's the thing that we're not going to bother fixing. Can you do something with it? And he did something with it, and that's where we got Demons. And Dark, he developed Dark from the ground up. Dark 2, he didn't really have anything to do with, which he apparently regretted for obvious reasons because it's kind of nonsensical. And I think I have not used this yet. There we go, yeah. And then he did Bloodborne, which was also disconnected, of course. And he said before that he does not like making sequels. So 3, it kind of looks like it's going to be sort of a best of game, more than an actual game in a sense. Like it's going to be an actual game, obviously. But it's not like a self-contained story. It's almost like there's even Demon Souls characters in that game, which is really strange. Not literal Demon Souls characters, but it's like Yuria. Like, Yuria's there. And it's not Yuria, it's not exactly her personality, but it's still an obvious nod to demons. So it seems like 3 is going to have a big rigmarole of all sorts of characters from the prior games, whether they are literally that character or not. Like, there's characters that are dressed up as characters from 2. There are characters that are dressed up as like Demon Souls characters. There are characters that are literally just characters from Dark Souls 1. So it's almost like Miyazaki is like he's taking it seriously, but he's not taking it seriously. It's really bizarre. So 3 is probably going to be sort of a fan game in that respect. Let's see what Nick's saying. Start on this end. Let me join him when you're done. Oh, so he's already started? Amazing. Yeah, he's already started. That was fast. Alright. I wasn't going to stream for long anyways. This is mainly a test thing. Who's this? Banana Head, you come in too. Although I'm going to stand back and let Iron Tarkus do all the work. Because I'm a slut. So I'll probably end this stream pretty quickly. And direct you guys over to Nick. Because again, this was mainly a test stream. Don't come over here. Go take care of Tarkus. For goodness sakes. Tarkus, go take care of our friend here. Tarkus, that's not taking care of our friend. That's the opposite of that. Is Banana Head gone? Nah. Let's just cheer him on. Cheer on Tarkus. Come on, Banana Head. You probably have no idea who I even am. But we're going to sit here and we're going to cheer on Tarkus. There we go. There we go. Now he's got it. Now he's got it. And in Dark Souls 3, as far as your question goes, Skeletoid, possible to invade people early on in the game. Yes, it looks like it actually is possible to do that. People found the actual Red Eye Orb. I think that's true. Pretty quickly into the game. Cracked Red Eye Orbs were pretty plentiful. So it looks like they have kind of backpedaled on their middling concerns about, oh, early SL players aren't allowed to do, they aren't allowed to have fun because of the evil invaders. It looks like they're kind of backing off of that a little bit. Do I have my bird watchers? I think I do. There we go. Amazing. He can do it. Looks like he's got it. Oh, looks like he doesn't got it. Hello. Ooh, yeah, blue eyes. Look at those piercing blue eyes. What a handsome phantom we summoned him. Oh, Tarkus, come on, you can do it, buddy. You got it in you. Just one more. Yes, there we go. Oh, one fucking hit. God damn. Tarkus. Yay, Tarkus. Don't have energy right now. Alright. So PvP looks like it's going to be fairly live and well. What's got people spooked right now is the idea that red phantoms could have reduced health, which you might say, well, that's good. It's good for PvE. That's the source of people's kind of concerns right now. Because it would be, like, there apparently is not going to be an arena, as far as we know. Like, there's been no evidence of it, and comments have sort of made people think that there isn't going to be one at all, which is a concern for a lot of people. Woo! But, gosh, 200 something. I didn't even tweet this out. I was just doing a test stream. Why are you people all here? Anyways, I'm going to be ending soon, so you people can all be disappointed on this incredibly boring night, I'm sure. Wow, that armor shows a lot of skin. Hold on for a second. Let me get that camera position just right. Look at all the skin that it's showing off. That's sexy. But yeah, apparently that's got people kind of spooked because if the replacement for arenas is going to be fight clubs, which is fine by a lot of people's standards, that's okay. But if all of your phantoms have reduced health, that means that if the host is fighting invaders, then he will always have an edge. So PvP will always be unbalanced. So that's made people kind of leery of that. Like, that might be a problem. Well, it's good to see you too, Sonus. I'm glad that you found me. Although I won't be streaming for long today. If you don't actually know who I am, I make cartoons for YouTube, and I have a minor presence on Twitch whenever it's actually behaving correctly. Which apparently is not particularly often. Alright, I could get... Nah, let's just go straight to Anor. So, I don't know how well the PvP is gonna turn out in Dark Souls 3. Demons was so jank that it was fun, even though it had no semblance of balance whatsoever. But the fact that people were actually able to PvP in that game is what attracted people to it. Like, it was just so jank and weird that it was entertaining. Like, people knew what they were getting into. Let's see. Let's use something else for our friend here. Shouldn't be carrying around all this junk. Yes. Yeah. Broadsword. And in 1, PvP was... Well, player versus player actions were giving a little bit more priority. But they were still super weird and shitty. Because people like to backstab fish, for example. Or there were certain imbalances in the overall design of the weapons and so forth and so on. So actually PvPing in 1 is kind of unsatisfying for that reason. And 2 probably sadly had the best PvP, but it was also very floaty and very slow. And contrary to what people think about me, I actually would rather Souls games not be slow. I would like them to be deliberate. And in Dark Souls 2, things were a little bit too slow. They were a little bit too concerned with making animations linger to punish players, which is a fine concept, but they went too far with it. A lot of the movesets of weapons did not feel very satisfying to use, and so on. So while the PvP did work, it was not particularly satisfying. Am I wearing... No, okay, I'm not. Yeah, what am I thinking? There's no... I've been playing 2 recently, and I've keep thinking that I'm wearing a cat ring when I'm not. And of course, Bloodborne is Bloodborne, you know. Bloodborne was so... Like, Bloodborne's a PvE game. It's not really for PvE exactly. They did a lot of wrong things in Bloodborne that I don't really need to go into. We all know what those problems are. So 3 kind of looks like it's shaping up to actually be really good in terms of PvP because they're actually thinking about it this time. Because again, 1, not really suited for it. 2, it was suited for it, but it was not very satisfying. And Bloodborne was not that kind of game. So 3 might be the first real, swing for the fences attempt as far as PvP goes, which is why a lot of people are hoping that it will do fairly well in terms of the balance and everything. So if what the really, you survived? Wow, it's actually kind of impressive, asshole. So hopefully that works out for the best. Yes, poor. I thought about doing an ow for you, pour milk all over your face, but my voice is not really having it right now. I should have actually switched over to an S-Dock. Yeah, I'll just take a hit. Here, you can throw a shitty dagger in my back. Oh no, not a shitty dagger. Whatever will I do? I like the shitty cling. The shitty leather noise that thing makes whenever it's hit. It is adorable. Alright. There's a divine blessing over there, but fuck that. I hope I'm right, too. The KKK lives on. Yeah, let's get out of the KKK territory. It's probably for the best. Voice Chan being stingy? Are you saying that my voice is not coming through correctly? That could be an issue with the repeater if it's not. I will have to go back and look at my footage to see if I drop out or anything at any time. I'm still getting that sorted out because, again, this is more of a test stream, not a real one. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Give me your tail. Yes, yes, you like that, don't you? It's good. It's good for me primarily, but also you. But in a way that you can't see yet. No, 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 that's bad. That is also bad. Stop. Stop and die. Good, yes. Good. Alright. Nah, I don't need to go down there. Alright, let's see if we can get past these archers. And if we get past these archers, we'll call it a night. And then I'll direct you guys over to Nick. Because again, test stream. Test stream. Yeah, that's the other thing that's kind of concerns me. This is the last Souls game. And it's going to be the last Souls game in the sense of it being marketed as a Souls game. Bastard. Hate that shit. Where they sweep around their entire body. I get to hit everywhere. I don't need to think about where I swing. Fuck you. Let's actually... He's probably going to be an asshole and follow me over here. There it is. You want to come over here? No, you're just going to ignore me? Huh? It's going to be a bitch? Alright, just be a bitch then. See if I care. But I think that once they get through with the Dark Souls games, then Miyazaki will probably do something else that he wants to do, which is not going to be something I actually want. Fall off the edge. There you go. Okay, that's what I was wanting. Because we might end up getting something like a sci-fi Souls type game. It just won't have the word Souls on the end of it. Like, when do they say it's going to be the last Souls game? That's what they're referring to. Which a lot of people might be excited by, the idea of a sci-fi Souls game. Personally, I'm not. I don't really care about science fiction that much. The idea of it being sci-fi and having the trappings of Souls games, I don't care a single thing about. Little bitch! Stop stabbing me from across the fucking... I hate when they do that shit. Fucking hitboxes in this game. But anyways, so if this game does not end up being... Like, if 3 ends up having some sort of major flaw or something, which I don't think it will, but it's possible, I guess, then that's really going to suck. Because that means that, like, if 3 ended up being kind of wonky and ended up being like 2 levels of I don't want to play 2, I would rather play 1, unfortunately. If it ends up being like that, which again I don't think it would be, then there would be a serious problem, because then it would be just like we have Dark Souls 1 at least, and that's it, because of some major stupid problem that they should never have had in the first place. Hate this place. Hurry up and die. Come on, hurry up and die. God's sakes. Just because they're fucking spam. Alright, cut it out. Get the hell out of here. God, I hate these fucking gargoyles. Look at this shit. Little fucking twat. No! Stop jumping up in the air and die. Stop backpedaling like you're fucking something. You ain't shit. Now sit there and die. Little bastard. Forgettable ass little pieces of shit. Alright. So, really? Just gonna go right through the railing? You're gonna be that lucky? Anyways, if 3 ends up not being great, then that'll be a problem, because the only thing we're going to have left are things like Sci-Fi Souls, maybe, or whatever he makes next. Or, God forbid, more Armored Core games. Which I know probably excites some people, but ugh. Like, the old ones were fine, the new ones turn into something. So having more of them, I think not. Really? Did you have to fucking wait? And you killed yourself in the process. You fucking idiot. Anyways. So if we get a Sci-Fi Souls game or something, I won't have any interest in it, really. Because I don't give a shit about sci-fi. So I will kind of be stuck, because the thing with Souls games is that no one else makes those. Unless you want to talk about Lords of the Fallen or something, which Lords of the Fallen is a steaming pile of horse dump. And they're making... The funny thing is, the Lords of the Fallen developers are making another Lords of the Fallen, you know, Souls clone. Except this one is going to be a science fiction one. Which is kind of silly. But whatever. So we'll end up getting a Sci-Fi Souls game, and we'll end up getting a bad Sci-Fi Souls type game. And that'll probably be the only kind of games like this that will be made, other than a bunch of 2D indie games. Which the 2D indie games will be fine, but they won't be this. So it'll probably be a long, long time before we get another game that's even remotely similar to what I'm playing here. Which is not great. There'll be stuff like Kingdom Come or whatever that'll be coming out, but those are not games like this. Those are more almost sword-waving simulators, which is not really exactly what I want. I appreciate that they exist, but it's not really what I want. So 3 really, really, really needs to hit it out of the park, and I really need to roll a little bit sooner than that. Alright. I am solo tonight. Won't be solo for long because I won't be streaming that long. Lords of the Fallen playthrough will be never, because it doesn't even really run on this computer. Its PC port was notoriously, like, it was so shit that there's just no way that it will even run on most people's systems. It'll run for a little bit, and then it'll just collapse in on itself. No, no jumping. No, no. Hurry up and die. This is not the naked mole rat with wings show here. This is the me show. So you eat shit, my friend. You eat shit. Okay, this time I will actually attempt to use logic. Actually, I wonder if I can get this to work. I was testing this the other day. It's one of those spells that I rarely ever actually used. And they are completely ignoring it. Excellent, excellent. Oh, good, and he's just going to ignore the fact that I'm invisible, too. That's good. At least this one didn't. Hello, shit-eater. Had any good shit lately? Other than yourself? You shitty shit-eater who eats shit in hell because he fell off the edge like a fool? Alright. Alright, let's do that again. But I think all the signs that we've seen from Dark Souls 3 so far have been good, so I'm not overly worried about it. There are little minutiae that I'm not happy about. There's story elements I'm certainly not happy about. I don't like the whole it being a fan game weirdness of it. But I guess it's fine. Not this time, my friend. No lingering on your swings this time. Boop. Bop. And the concept of a B team is, like, I do agree on B team FromSoft, you know, Dark Souls 2. But, B team as a concept, that's kind of not really how it works, but yeah, especially in Japanese development, actually having the producer is way more important than it actually is having... It's not like Western development where everyone is agreeing about things and participating together. In Japanese development, there's like one guy that does most of the stuff, and everyone just kind of orbits around him. And if things don't work out to that degree, then they're kind of just fucked. Which is kind of why 2 ended up having to drop its producer, or its director, I should say, and starting over from scratch. Because he was found out. They checked in to see how his team was doing, and saw, wow, this is not a sequel to the game. You've been making a completely different game, and no one knew it. You are not fired, but in true Japanese fashion, you will be shipped off to Antarctica or somewhere, and you will never be heard from again. And the original director, that so-called co-director, was indeed never heard from again. We have no idea what happened to him. Isn't that nice? Oh, come on. There we go. And they had to bring on a new one, and that's the reason why 2 ended up being so janky and weird as it is. Oh, that's nice. Because it was janky and weird. Yeah, that's the easiest way to explain it. Just B-team, that's the easiest way to explain it. Because actually, oh yeah, I pressed in the stick because I've gotten kind of used to Dark Souls 2, jumping. Because the only other way of actually explaining it, hello asshole, is to go through the long-winded explanation of its development history, which I don't think anyone really wants to do. Come to me, my sweet. Oh, yes, you are my sweet. Kisses for you. Now evaporate for me. Oh, yes. Shower me. Shower me in your souls. Good, good. There we go. And we opened ourselves a door. I hate that swing. Look at this ridiculous-ass swing. Look how far back he rears. No, not that one. Come on, come on. No, come on, the other one. Ugh, whatever. But he rears back with that other swing so far that it's almost breaking his limbs to do it. All because the developers wanted to mislead the player into pairing something that logically makes no sense at all. So, fuck you, Dark Souls 1 developers, for that. And I actually am glad in Dark Souls 3 that it looks like weapons, for example, are going to have faster animations. Like, there's many weapons, actually, since I'm already doing this, I can show that off. Like, for example, I probably won't even be able to demonstrate... Nah, even two-handing, I can't demonstrate that. That would have been a good example. This is not the best example. Even this one? Really? Oh, yeah, what am I thinking? I can't even... Shit, I'll have to demonstrate it on another character. Ugh! Here, tell you what. I'm gonna quit anyways. So I'll load up another character real fast and demonstrate this very quickly, because I do want to talk some about the speed of Dark Souls 3. Because a lot of people, oh, Plague doesn't like speed. He wants everything to be shitty and slow and use a shield. You see how much I've used a shield tonight, right? Like, I use it for parrying and that's it. And otherwise, I never use one. Gath here will be a good example. But I do want the Souls games to be fast. Not Bloodborne fast, because Bloodborne fast is just unreasonable to the point that your actions no longer matter. Like, the game is so fast that it doesn't matter what you do, because you can just press a button and negate anything that's happening. And, you know, there is some sense of balance to it, but it's almost nonsensical how fast it is. Bloodline Greatsword. Shit, really? I can't use anything. I've got to be able to demonstrate something. Here we go. And I think this is a good example. Like this. Like, it's R2. Like, this is very cute. They designed this for PvE. Like this R2. And a lot of weapons in Dark Souls 1 are like this. they have these completely unreasonably slow attacks because they're meant to be used on, like, hollows that are approaching you or something. So there's not really any point to them. Things like that need to be sped up. Like the speed of this, like I would actually like this to be a little bit faster. Not too fast, not Bloodborne fast. Like Bloodborne fast would be, if I can find a dagger, straight sword hilt. Yeah, even that's really slow. I gotta have a dagger around here. The one character I'm not carrying around every single thing in the universe on, Jagged Ghostblade might. Like, this is a dagger moveset. Look how slow this is compared to, like, Bloodborne. And this is almost Bloodborne speed, but not quite. So Bloodborne would be even faster than this. So I would consider that to be kind of unreasonably fast because you can't really respond to it, especially in PvP. So them actually speeding things up, really, even this one. Can I do its R2? Okay, yeah, this is the same speed. So even like this R2 right here. You can't use this in PvE. There's no point. So I do want to see Dark Souls sped up. And I want to see it sped up in that regard. It kind of looks like they actually have slowed the game down from the network test in Dark Souls 3. So it actually is a little bit slower than it was whenever we first got the first preview. But it should be okay. I think it's at more or less the right speed. And if I was making my own game, then I would probably, again, I would have it to be a little bit faster than Dark Souls, nowhere near as fast as Bloodborne, though. You guys get the idea. And I've already gone over my design doc once, but I could go over it sometime in the future, but not tonight, because again, I just wanted to do a test stream, and my voice is kind of really dry and dead as it is. Any last questions to go over? Miyazaki definitely neglects performance. They asked if They asked if Dark Souls 3 was going to be 60 frames per second on PC. The Bandai Namco, I like doing that, representatives did not know. They had no idea. The representatives at the conference they had recently, where we got all the new footage, they had no idea. And they had no idea probably because FromSoft themselves do not know. And they probably don't know because it's not high priority for them. So it's probably not going to be optimized. It's probably going to be janky in some places. On consoles, especially, it's going to be weird. And I think they're giving the delay on worldwide release for PC development specifically. And that's only going to be like 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So it's unlikely that it's going to be severely optimized because you know that they're not optimizing it for PC in the meantime. So Japanese culture in general, like they work on PCs. They don't game on PCs over in Japan. So the concept of actually developing games for PC is going to be kind of weird. So we'll see what we get, right? We'll see what we get. All right. PS3 controller. I've started using my PS3 controller, which works really well, actually. The Xbox One controller that I have been using is absolute garbage because of its wire is constantly disconnecting. Maybe the wireless adapter will do better once I get Windows 10 on the new PC. Who knows? Anyways, let's see. Looks like you guys are out of steam yourselves. All right. Yes. All right. If any of you guys do not know, I'll go ahead and do that for you guys. I released my Bloodborne cartoon recently. I'll give that to you guys in chat. Here you guys have this. And go watch my little cartoon. And once everything is down, I am going to send you guys over to BitterBits. Because I actually did not know if I was going to be streaming it all tonight. And again, this was just going to be a test stream. So you guys go over here, and I will host him, and I will stream again sometime this week, now that I know that the setup actually works. But I'm not going to do it right now because Nick's also streaming, and I didn't want to stream in the first place. So, on you guys. I'll see you guys later. So long. And it's also raining right now with a big storm. Shouldn't have done this anyways. It was unwise. Unwise of me. But that's okay.